Now at 5, how a Southwest Missouri restaurant is supporting its community, one meal at a time. Plus, scientists are getting closer to creating a bird flu vaccine.
The Trump administration says it will abandon peace talks to end Russia's war with Ukraine if more progress isn't made. I'm Erica Brown at the White House with more on those negotiations and the administration's aggressive deportation push.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A line of severe storms are moving into the 4 states, and we could be in for a long weekend. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Tanya Bach, and this is a weather alert day. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty in the Skywatch Weather Center.
Yeah, we're going to watch through the evening and the overnight hours, showers and thunderstorms increasing, and some of those thunderstorms could be strong to severe. The main threat here is going to be gusty winds and large hail as we go through this evening, but everybody in the yellow is at least in a level 2 out of 5 threat. Plus, we have flash flood watch in effect through the weekend due to heavy amounts of rain. So far, just some light showers trying to bust through that cap up top, that warm air, but we are seeing some light showers and eventually some thunderstorms will erupt. Through the evening hours along and south of I-44, you will have the better chance to get some strong to severe storms. Later this evening, that will start to shift a little bit farther back toward the west. Let's go through time. So hit and miss storms trying to pop up 7, 8 p.m. really getting going. Along and north of I-44, especially 10, 11, midnight tonight. These will have a severe threat. After midnight, our severe threat will drop. Then we just go over to showers and thunderstorms, which continue all weekend, and another severe threat. We're going to look at all that here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. A restaurant in Neosho, Missouri is dishing up community support with their meals. Briar and Thistle has launched a program offering free meals to those who cannot afford to eat. Tickets by the register represent a meal already paid for, which someone can have, no questions asked. Community members can donate $10 to buy a ticket, and with that, someone in need can come and have a meal off the menu.
You know, when you're worried about where your next meal is coming from, you're not thinking about being able to sit in a restaurant and enjoy something and have someone take care of you for a little bit and just talk to you like you're a person. And I think that normalcy and that communication is far more important than any of the food that we're giving away.
Since the program started in December, they've given out more than 150 hot meals. The Jasper School District FFA plant sale is in full bloom. FFA members are hard at work, and today they hosted their opening plant sale. Everything from tomatoes to petunias up for sale. Jasper FFA members worked on bringing the seed to a plant through the school year in their greenhouse classes. And now the plants are ready to be sold. The sale is part of the Greenhouse Project, which encourages students to become agricultural leaders.
It's a whole community effort. Whenever we're in here, there's usually 5-10 of us in here, and there's kind of a system. Some people are over there filling the dirt, and then some people are planting, some people are compacting.
Jasper FFA will continue hosting plant sales through the school year until all the plants are sold. The Trump administration says it's prepared to walk away from peace talks with Russia and Ukraine if both sides do not make progress soon. This comes as the White House may also be preparing to deport more migrants under a rarely invoked wartime act that allows for deportations without due process. Erica Brown has more details from the White House.
President Trump says time is running out for Ukraine and Russia to reach a deal to end their war.
No specific number of days, but quickly.
During a meeting with European allies, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the U.S. is preparing to walk away from diplomacy talks unless progress is made in the coming days.
We've reached a point where we have other things we have to focus on. We're prepared to be engaged in this as long as it takes, but not indefinitely, not without progress.
Trump laid out what he wants to see when talks resume next week.
My whole life has been one big negotiation, and I know when people are playing us, and I know when they're not, and I have to see an enthusiasm to want to end it.
President Trump was also asked about reports that 2 Venezuelan men detained in Texas have been told they will be deported under the Alien Enemies Act, a wartime law the administration invoked for swift deportations without due process.
I don't know about the group you're talking about, but if they're bad people, I would certainly authorize it, yeah.
The White House continues to defend its deportation of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, releasing this image of him from a 2022 traffic stop with 8 other people in a vehicle, saying it raises concerns about human trafficking. Abrego Garcia's wife responded, saying her husband was not cited or charged with a crime and should be here to defend himself, not in a Salvadoran prison. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
The courts have told the Trump administration it needs to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return. The White House claims it has no authority to force El Salvador to release Garcia. Well, classes remain canceled at Florida State University in Tallahassee as authorities work to figure out what led to a deadly mass shooting on the campus. 2 people were killed and 6 others injured when the stepson of a local sheriff's deputy allegedly opened fire near a crowded student union building yesterday. The suspect, who was injured in a shootout with police, remains hospitalized. Still ahead, more tariff uncertainty.
Car makers come together at the New York International Auto Show, but the real question for consumers is how tariffs will impact car buying. I'm Bradley Blackburn with the road ahead.
But first, in Health Watch, we take you to the rehabilitation center that's using music and mindfulness to help patients deal with pain and anxiety. Topping today's Health Watch, scientists are reporting progress in creating a bird flu vaccine. A University of Buffalo study on mice found an experimental vaccine offered complete protection against the virus. Doctors say there is still a lot of work to do, but it's an encouraging step forward. Well, the rate of strokes among young people due to unknown causes is on the rise. A study by the American Heart Association found up to half of all ischemic or clot-caused strokes in people under the age of 50 are due to unknown causes. Doctors say young people should be tested for non-typical stroke risk factors, including blood clots, migraines, and kidney or liver disease. Well, there may be a link between hearing loss and dementia. A study published by JAMA showed treating a patient's hearing loss can actually delay dementia. This may be because when hearing loss goes untreated, it can lead to social isolation, which leads to cognitive decline. Also, struggling to hear could potentially strain the brain, forcing it to work harder. A rehabilitation center in Philadelphia is going beyond just physical and occupational therapy. They've added music and mindfulness to help patients deal with pain and anxiety. Stephanie Stahl explains.
It's a soothing kind of therapy at Jefferson Moss McGee Rehab, where you can hear and feel the process of healing.
As you breathe that in.
It's called music and mindfulness to help patients feel less pain and anxiety.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Patients like Dorothy Harvey say it's a welcomed break from the stress of being hospitalized.
Mental distress and physical distress kind of feed off of each other.
John Glaubitz is the music therapist who started the program.
We're using music for relaxation, for stress management, for pain management, for social interaction, all kinds of emotional goals as well as those more functional kind of therapy goals.
While listening to music, patients also learn breathing techniques and how meditation calms the mind.
Breathing in.
Lynn Falk is the movement therapist.
So we're bringing our attention to the body, to our breath, to sensations, which can be really difficult for people who have lost sensation or are experiencing a lot of pain.
Ann Jones is here recovering from brain tumor surgery.
This has been difficult for me to process how my life has changed.
She says this is making her recovery a little easier.
I'm very fortunate to be able to participate.
And hoping the music never ends.
It's great to be able to help people who really need it. Everybody here is going through one of the most difficult times in their life, and you get to be part of the solution. It's pretty great.
In addition to the music, there's also art and horticulture therapy to help patients get moving and adjust to their lives outside the hospital. And that's a look at today's health news. A little later, tick season is crawling up on us. What you need to know.
Plus, thunderstorms also crawling up on us. I'll let you know what you need to know coming up. Well, it turned out to be another warm, windy day for us today on your Friday. A lot of clouds out there, a couple little showers along and south of I-44, but most of us just cloudy, warm, and windy. Nice shot of our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. No weather watches at this time, minus flash flood, but severe thunderstorm or tornadic activity. But we'll see if some severe thunderstorm watches pop up later on tonight. I'm not overly concerned about a high tornado threat, which is good. I think anything that we would see severe is mainly hail and wind, but just keep in the back of your mind, anytime we have a severe threat, there's always at least a low tornado threat. Level 2 out of 5, greater level 2 out of 5, I think is going to be along and south of I-44 as we go through the night. You can see some light little sprinkles trying to get through the cap. We're capped, meaning warm air aloft, so we haven't seen any thunderstorms kind of fire up yet, but this will start over the next few hours, and we'll get a few, I think this evening south of I-44, and then it's going to fill back in on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. You can see also trying to get through the cap just west of Oklahoma City. This cluster will lift northeast into the region later on tonight. Main upper level low out across parts of Arizona and New Mexico. I want to watch this because Sunday, I think this is a very fast, increasingly severe chance, and I think this is going to shove west. So we have a level 1 across most of us, level 2, but I think this level 2, maybe 3 starts to push back toward the west. So Sunday, Easter Sunday, I'm more worried about tornadoes across the region. Let's go through time. So this evening, some severe thunderstorms along and south of I-44, filling in Kansas, Oklahoma. With these clusters of storms, we'll have a severe threat. Hail and wind, main threat. Here's midnight. I think once this cluster gets through, then we're just talking good old showers and thunderstorms. Loud night into Saturday morning, showers and thunderstorms through the morning hours, filling back in, so just periods of rain all weekend long. But severe threat tomorrow, I think it's going to stay well south of the region. We may get a couple random strong storms, very low severe threat tomorrow evening with some of these guys, but overall, I'm not seeing much of a severe threat on your Saturday. Look at the thunderstorms building in by Sunday morning. So this is Easter morning. As we go through the morning hours, some hit and miss storms, but here's where I want to pay attention. It's almost noon. Here's a dry line. If some of this can clear out, those are going to boom right on top of us, and those will be the guys that will have a tornado threat. So here's 1:30 p.m. Easter Sunday, driving through, not even getting out of our eastern counties until about 4 or 5 p.m. Also, a whole nother aspect to this is very heavy amounts of rain. A lot of areas are going to pick up 2, 3, 4, maybe isolated 5 inches of rain as we go through the next few days. So 64 on your Saturday. Let's go 70 on Sunday. We're going to go with an alert weekend just with those showers and thunderstorms and that severe threat. We do dry out Monday and Tuesday, looking pretty good, and then thunderstorms right back in, also a severe threat next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So a lot to watch over the next few days.
Yeah, there is a lot to watch.
Yeah.
And we got to be careful on these alert days for sure.
Definitely.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, tick season is back in the 4 states, and if you're spending time outdoors, the Missouri Department of Conservation has a friendly reminder. Keep an eye on your surroundings and be sure to give yourself a good check when you return home.
When you get in from whatever that outdoor activity is, check yourself for ticks, particularly belt lines, sock lines, things or places on your body that's warm and snug that would be great places for ticks to move into and get their blood meal.
The Missouri Department of Conservation says anyone experiencing symptoms of tick-borne illness or has questions should contact their doctor. Well, coming up, the New York International Auto Show opens today. Let me take you there after the break. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the New York International Auto Show opens today, where car makers from around the world are unveiling new models. They're also navigating the impact of President Trump's promised tariffs. Bradley Blackburn explains why price increases may soon pick up speed.
At the New York International Auto Show, we went for a ride to see what this year's models can do.
About a 20 to 30 degree tilt.
This Jeep monitors pitch and roll and can easily climb a 40% grade.
Okay, here we go.
But right now, the real challenge for automakers is a mountain of uncertainty on tariffs. President Trump slapped a 25% tariff on imports of cars and some parts. According to Kiplinger, it could raise new car prices anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000.
So if you're on the fence about that new car, maybe now is the time to pull the trigger before the shipments of tariffed cars come in.
Kristen Lee with Motor Trend says price remains the key selling feature for most buyers, and every make and model will be impacted.
The auto industry is a very global industry, which means that parts and assembly supplies, they come from all corners of the planet.
Kia America's James Bell says many of his company's models are assembled at a plant in Georgia. It has created U.S. jobs, but the vehicles made there are hardly tariff-proof.
A tariff, somebody has to pay that. It can be paid by the manufacturer, it can be paid by the customer. It's going to have to get paid somewhere. We feel somewhat fortunate because our brand does very well from a value perspective.
But like most automakers, Kia hasn't yet announced any price hikes, with tariff policy still in flux.
I could answer your question better if we knew that things were going to stay a certain way for a while.
It accelerates. It does. Fast.
A whiplash of change for a powerful industry as everyone tries to figure out the road ahead. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The electric vehicle boom could be challenged too by a trade war. China has, for now, cut off exports of some of the rare earth minerals that are essential for making batteries. Mission Impossible movies are known for their jaw-dropping stunts, from hanging off a movie airplane to cliff dives and motorcycle jumps. Now fans can get a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to pull off those stunts at New York City's Museum of the Moving Image. The new exhibit, the Mission Impossible Story and Spectacle, features short films with Tom Cruise, aka super spy Ethan Hunt, walking visitors through the step-by-step process of creating the death-defying stunts that keep them on the edge of their seats.
If you're a Mission Impossible fan, you'll recognize some of the scenes, you'll recognize some of the stunts, but you'll be able to go deeper into the story to really understand how they were planned, how they were brought to the screen, and you'll be able to do so in a gallery with other fans or other people kind of encountering the franchise for the first time.
Costumes, masks, and props from the film series are also on display, along with mannequins that fly over visitors' heads. The exhibit runs through December 14th. It coincides with next month's release of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, the franchise's 8th movie. Well, final check of the forecast is next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, Steve Hartman takes us on the road to Iowa, to a field of dreams created by a farmer and tennis fan for the love of the game. And then on KOAM News at 6, we'll show you how a Neosho restaurant is dishing up community support with its meals. Plus, it's a grill and chill as folks in Miami hit the Car Mart today for some good food and good times. And Missouri Southern Baseball tries to take down the number 3 team in the country. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Well, kids turn the grounds of the Pittsburgh Care and Rehabilitation Center into an Easter egg hunt today. The center hosted the event for children ages 3 to 6, turning the grounds into a festive playground. Now, little ones dash from spot to spot in search of hidden treasures, brightly colored eggs, while also sharing sweet moments with their beloved grandparents.
We love doing these community events. We love being able to bring people out and see the residents. They really enjoy it.
I like that I won and got candy, and that's pretty much it.
Well, after all the excitement, all the children received prizes and got a chance to take pictures with the Easter Bunny. I love the Easter Bunny.
Well, he or she may get a little wet this weekend.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So, yeah, we're going to have rounds of showers and thunderstorms until about midnight. We do have a severe threat as thunderstorms get going. Main threat tonight is going to be gusty winds and large hail. Tornado threat overall is fairly low. However, Easter Sunday's got my attention, because if we can get rid of some storms in the morning, we have a much higher tornado threat on Easter Sunday. So we need to watch that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6. And we'll see you then. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.